The cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be.
Dinosaurs and humans never lived at the same time.
Anybody who's been shown the facts and still believes the world is less than 10,000 years old, there's got to be something wrong with them.
I'm telling you this because you don't get it.
Have you seen Evolution vs. God?
I have.
What do you think of it?
I wasn't too impressed. I'm sorry, Ray.
I'll tell you what you could do for me, and anyone watching this you could do for me. Debunk the movie. Give me observable, testable evidence for Darwinian evolution, and that'll debunk the movie in a second.
I'll do that.
I'll do that too. I don't believe in God, so yeah, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in evolution, I accept it as a scientific fact. No, it's an indisputable fact. You accept it, you don't believe it. I'm a 15-year-old layperson who likes drawing and likes to read about biology. That's it. I don't have a major in anything. But I suppose I could be considered to be close to a biology major, but I'm not. And I try to make sure that I'm not seen as one, because I'm not one. Yes, I could. Kinds is not a biological term. So I don't know what you mean. You could try defining it, Ray, except you've never defined it ever. At least I've never seen you define it. Ken Hovind defined it as a species, pretty much, which led to one of his biggest fuck-ups. But Ray doesn't define it, so I can't really answer that question.
Debunk the movie. Give me observable, testable evidence for Darwinian evolution, and that'll debunk the movie in a second. That'll debunk the movie in a second. That'll debunk the movie in a second. That'll debunk the movie in a second.
Okay, observable, testable, repeatable evidence for Darwinian evolution would include, for one, cladistics. Cladistics is the fact that all animals can be arranged into a hierarchy based on their features. In most ways, so you can do it embryologically, you can do it physiologically, and what you'll get is you'll get a very very basic tree of things. I think Aaron Ra once pointed out that you get dogs in the wrong genuses because cladistics isn't perfect, phylogeny is. And I'll get onto phylogeny in a second. Cladistics is very observable. You can see an animal and you can see another animal and you can compare them and you can see what differentiates them, and you can devise a system. And the fact that you can do that there's no animals with wheels, there's no mammals or jellyfish tentacles, that there's no fish with feathers. That is pretty good evidence for evolution, unless you want to be and you could say the common designer argument, but wouldn't the common designer argument make animals perfect and all that. So if you try to say, oh, God made the hierarchy, then you're just giving an unfalsifiable argument. I can't prove that wrong. Phylogeny and cladistics are falsifiable, because if you can prove that an animal has something that it shouldn't, you've disproved it. Now, phylogeny. Phylogeny is a version of cladistics that can be done genetically, and you don't even use the whole animal. You do it. You can just use a reference, as I understand it. And it's basically the same, except it's more accurate because you're comparing them genetically, not physiologically. So you always get the right species if you have the complete genome. With extinct species, it's harder. We can kind of put the Neanderthal genome on it. So what you do is you take every, basically, you can take every species that is currently alive. You kind of do a cladistic tree with them, and you can actually use mathematics to extrapolate when the divergence happened. Next is geographic distribution. Geographic distribution is the fact that fossils and animals that exist today only exist in places where they would be expected to be if they hadn't gotten off the ark or been created in the Garden of Eden. It's not very solid proof for evolution, but it is observable. There are only platypuses in Australia, only echidnas in New Guinea and Australia. There are only opossums in America. There are only tigers in Asia. It goes on. And what you can do is you can trace the evolutionary change as a migration path, and you can see that these things evolved as they moved around, and all that. You can look it up in greater detail. I'm not very good at explaining geographical distribution because it's very confusing to me. But I have a good idea of what it says and what it predicts and why it works as proof for Darwinian evolution. Then you got observed instances of speciation. This is the fourth one if you don't count cladistics and phylogeny as the same. So I think I refuted it like 3 minutes ago. Anyway, the observed instances of speciation are literally what it says on the can. It's any it's observable but it's not necessarily testable or repeatable unless you do it in the laboratory. Then it becomes testable and repeatable. This is the bacteria to bacteria stuff, but it would qualify as macroevolution, but under biological terms. And what I don't like about Ray is he's saying they're bacteria changing into bacteria. No, they're changing into bacteria with different qualities that they didn't have before. The Valencia experiment is not designed to prove evolution as a whole. It's designed to prove designed to disprove the creationist notion that organisms can't evolve completely new genetic information. And it scared the hell out of Conservapedia. So the administrator there recognized that it was proof that animals don't just decrease in genetic information. So he tried to bully Lenski and he got his ass whooped. The next one, but that's a story for another time, and you can look it up. It's called the Lenski affair. Next would be atavisms and vestigial structures. Again, observable, testable, repeatable. You can check them anytime you want. They are in humans. The appendix would still be considered one, even though it can help with the immune system a little bit. But it's not necessary to your survival. So some people are born without them, and that's becoming more and more common, I've heard, but I don't really know that one for sure. There are completely vestigial structures in other animals, and there are also atavisms. Now, Ray could, in theory, just hand wave vestigial structures. Call them like the decay of the genome by sin or something. But atavisms, that's not going away. If that chicken is perfectly designed, why can it have teeth? If why can this dolphin grow legs? Why can this human grow tail? Atavisms, it's not very hard to work around without using a completely unfalsifiable argument. It's very ridiculous. So that's all the proof I have for Darwinian evolution. It's been 7. I could give you more. I could prove evolution all day, but I haven't gone all day. It's over 7 minutes. I think I'm going to stop talking for now, and we're going to get on to the hell stuff. Okay, this is the end of this video. If there's a question that I didn't answer that you'd like me to, post it in the comments and I'll answer it in the comments section or in a future video. Goodbye.